against him all odds to become world boxing champion, not just once, but 5 times. She struggled to find a balance between being a sports star and a caring mum. She smashed down conservative beliefs that no lady would step inside a ring. And as women's boxing is included for the first time at the 2012 Olympics, she's determined to win gold for her Indian state of Manipur. As an international sports star, Mary Kom is used to travelling. Today she's in London, not fighting, just shopping. It's her first time in the UK and she's here for an Olympic test event. This is just a dummy run. Next time, it'll be for real. She may look just like any other tourist, but the story of how Mary Kom got here is quite unique. Mary Kom's homeland, Manipur, is far from wealthy. In the capital, Imphal, violent insurgency has halted much development. Geographically isolated, Manipur's missed out on the economic boom that much of India has recently enjoyed. The state feels forgotten by the central government in Delhi.
Indian rickshaws have always been a magnet for tourists, but here in Manipur there just aren't any foreign visitors. That's because until very recently tourists were banned from this state because it simply isn't stable enough. There are around 30 different insurgent groups operating throughout Manipur, and the result is almost daily killings and violence.
In the countryside where Mary grew up, peasants eke out a living from the fields and rivers. It's a hand-to-mouth existence. The work is back-breaking and relentless, but sweat and pain are part of a boxer's daily life. This old man told us that nothing has changed in the 80 years he's lived here. And there's another fundamental problem for Manipuris. Since they live just 100 kilometres from the Burmese border, they don't even look Indian.
I'm very different. I'm look like the Chinese or Thailand or Japanese. They're very surprised, no? They never expect them Indian.
Mary Kom's boxing success has brought her fame and relative fortune. Whatever she does these days, she's styled like a star. But it wasn't always the case. Her first coach remembers her as a rather ragged young girl.
Once she come to me, she just come from a poor family, and the clothes she was wearing was a torn t-shirt, torn tracksuits. But she used to come over here for training. And she was very punctual. She was a hard worker. And the most amazing thing, what I find on her is her willpower. She had a very good willpower. That's everybody doesn't have. So one day I thought she will become a world champion.
I like it when it rains for running.
Mary's determination means she follows a punishing training regime, which, somewhat foolishly, I agreed to join for a morning.
Yeah, I start in the morning, 6 o'clock. I get up 5:30 in the morning. So I keep going for the running first, for the stamina. And morning I do 2 hours, and evening I'm going for the sparring bag pad.
3 hours?
In the evening, afternoon. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
It wasn't just wanting to win which pushed her on.
In my family, I am the elder one. So I have brother and sister. My younger brother, my younger sisters are there. They're still in my family. So I have to go and do something for my family, to get a job or to get to earn money.
Mary comes from a remote village where her parents are still tenant farmers. Her father was a keen wrestler, and Mary shared his love of sport.
When I was in school, always join every discipline, running and jump and playing football, playing volleyball every day.
When she was 15, she made the tough decision to leave her family to study at the sports academy in the capital Imphal. In those days, women's boxing wasn't an officially recognised sport, so Mary Kom enrolled as a general athlete.
I started athletic in '99, throwing discus throw, shot put. So I didn't tell my family also when I started boxing.
Lain day pa ka nan kay biya kay kam lung sung hen hay ka kom sang ka hingna adati kay satay lo cho alak cha amak ti ngan kamalung hen ka phau ba ka te asin hum hera khai hen ta ka achanganam khola kho achanganam anu hi ma sa hung share ka te anu ma sa hung share ka te khan tilatim amai khong san dam khai hen to khak ai ka te Kanam put in snan ham put in hen natora wang ta ka kamalung sungu.
In fact, Mary won her first boxing tournament in the year 2000, just 3 months after she first stepped into the ring. She was awarded a cash prize, which she gave to her parents to try to make their hard lives easier.
When Mary first announced her dream of becoming a sports star to her parents, they were terrified they wouldn't be able to help her because financially they simply couldn't afford the equipment she'd need to become a serious sportswoman. Now, 5 times world champion, it's Mary who supports them.
And she's passing the Kom fighting spirit back down the line.
I win balance.
Left. Right. Left. Right. 1, 2.
Mary's father once warned her she'd ruin her looks and would never marry if she continued boxing. But Mary has proved him wrong. Her husband, Onla, is not only her manager, he's her mentor. And he looks after their 4-year-old twins, Nainai and Rengpa.
Yeah, I'm very proud about her achievement. First, our priority is to give her time to practice. So anytime when she want to practice, it's always our duty to make the time free for her. I'm the most luckiest husband in this world that I have my wife. So I'll be doing my best to take care of her and pray for her and for her success.
As the London Olympics moves ever closer, Mary is spending more and more time training away from her family.
I miss my kids and they miss me.
It's difficult to juggle the boxing and the family.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but I have to do. Very difficult, but I have to do for my country and I have to fulfill my dreams coming 2012 London Olympic. This is my duty. I want to fulfill my dreams. After that, I can stay with my kids.
Once inside the ring, Mary's focus has to be on the fight, and only on the fight.
It's absolutely incredible watching the transformation of Mary Kom in the ring. The minute she steps in this ring, she stops being this gentle, mother-like figure that we've become familiar with, and she becomes a tiger.
Boxing, it's a discipline. When we are not angry, I think it's not a boxer. It's not a real boxer. So when we get in the ring, if we're not angry, then I think we can't win the bout.
Mary does a lot of her training with male boxers. She admits that sometimes it's difficult for her to punch a pretty, or as she says, cute, woman opponent.
When my opponent's the face is very cute, then I don't want to hit very hard. So it's, but it's a game, and everyone, they want to be a champion.
If you hurt somebody after a fight, you win.
Yeah.
Maybe your opponent is quite badly hurt. Do you feel bad?
Yeah, of course. Of course, when I've seen my opponent is getting an injury, it's hard. So sometimes it's bleeding also. So you feel very bad, very upset. So it's a game, but after the getting out from the ring, how we feel, we go and say sorry also.
You apologize after the game?
Yeah, apologize. It's a punishment game. Who will not say it's not a punishment game? It's a punishment. Only 2 boxers are getting in the ring.
Mary Kom loves her sport, but when she trains, there's one track she finds herself listening to again and again.
I feel lonely, lonely. You're the one and only that makes my dreams come true. I feel so low.
Yeah, I'm lonely in the ring. Nobody can help me. Nobody can help me. Even my coach cannot help me. So, yeah, I'm lonely. I'm doing myself.
I feel so lonely, girl. I feel lonely.
The whole of Manipur, though, is behind her. She's become a local heroine, the star of her state. And in her old school, she's a living legend, particularly for the girls.
I have to make a second Mary Kom, a third Mary Kom. I just want to contribute in my state, my country. I just want to contribute to the youngster. So I have to make a youngster Olympic champion. Yeah.
Mary Kom may fight with the boys, but she doesn't want to be mistaken for one. Keeping her femininity is extremely important to her.
As a woman, I like shopping, and I like ladies' dress, skirts, frock, and the Manipur dress, Indian dress. I just want to be identified myself as a woman.
So does even a 5 times world champion, do you have to barter in the marketplace? Do you have to knock down the price?
Yeah, of course.
This is Imphaal's famous women's market. Only women are allowed to sell things here. Throughout Manipur's history, women have always played a dominant role in society. In 1891, when the British seized this former kingdom, it was women who led the revolt. And even today, many of the protests against human rights abuses by the army, by the police and by insurgents are still led by women. So perhaps it's not surprising, bearing all that in mind, that this small northeastern Indian state should have produced a female champion like Mary Kom.
And woe betide anyone who teases her for being a girl in a man's world.
For the past 4 or 5 years, we have so many negative things. The boys, they are laughing. Yeah, you're doing boxing? Oh, crazy. It's very funny, you know. But I always challenge when the people just laughing. Oh, I'll show you one day. That is my challenge. After getting a 5-time world champion, they all quiet and they are respecting me.
They don't just respect her, they want to be just like her.
Right. Go. 5. Come on. 6.
Mary Kom's success has inspired so many boys and girls to take up boxing that Mary has now opened her own academy for wannabe fighters.
Well, the equipment may not be in top-notch condition, and it's also home to the chickens, but to the children who come to Mary Kom's academy, this really represents a chance in a lifetime. Mary Kom started this academy to help children from poor backgrounds like her own have a chance at becoming a world-class athlete. But it is not for the faint-hearted. Take a look at these rules here on the wall. 4:30 is get-up time, 4:30 to 5 is wash-up, practice 2.5 hours, studying 2.5 hours, and at 10 o'clock, very strictly, light off and good night.
Academy na em pam jodi sar hoi madam hoina class lobiba masi yamna nungaje aduga akoi sanabdasu ka hena awab lete.
Ready? 1. You will do this 4 times with the left, 4 with the right, then 8 times with both, then repeat.
We just giving basic physical fitness. The basic boxing basic is 1, 2, how to punch straight, how to punch. He doesn't have a boxing ring, boxing arena, nothing.
Oh, ready?
He doesn't put a kick bag, punching bag, and we doesn't have a mirror for shadow boxing. So I'm very happy that still my students is they very good and they are getting a medal, a gold medal.
In fact, Manipur supplies India with a disproportionate number of top athletes. Mary Kom believes she knows why.
In Manipur, the top players, mostly the top players' family background is a very, very poor. I'm also the same thing. I'm also come from the poor family. So we have to do more hard work to get a job, to get a money, to get a better life.
Wow.
This is my medal room. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, and
Which one are you most proud of?
yeah, this is the 5-time world champion, the medal.
5 times world champion. Fantastic. And hopefully there'll soon be an Olympic gold next to it.
Of course, I'll try my level best.
It's not just faith in her own ability that keeps Mary Kom going, it's her belief in God.
It's very, very important. I pray when I go for the practice, before the training, before the bout. When I get in the ring, I pray 2-3 seconds. I always remember the story of David and Goliath. David is a small boy. Goliath is a big man. How can David kill the Goliath? So I always remember I'm also small, and Manipur state is very small. So if I pray, if I do very hard work, then I will win.
And even when she's hardly dressed for it, if she sees a ring or a training session, she just can't resist stepping in. And it's that dedication, says one of her old coaches, which sets her apart from other fighters.
Mase akoina hek haibada mana hena haiganba ade magi mayam ge hek mayam di khara fajaba boxer yaw gasu khara kiganba mu yaw ba dugumba khotpado mangonda kaimta leitaba haidi mase mi je kaimta oina khanda ba haitare kiganda ba dagi masagi intelligence oiba hai mayam siga top mayam siga yam mangonda tongan ba kale samna ba top boxer sing jidi khara haigelaga su hek tournament sang madam ka kiganba yawe adagi di akoina tai se moina tawthoraktaba yawe aduna moigi hojiki Mary gi kind quality di aina hek ta su mane hena aina tai du de hena mane na khangjanba.
Olympic success for Mary Kom would also mean a massive win for Manipur. It would steer Delhi's focus towards this poor and troubled state, perhaps bringing new economic measures, perhaps promoting fresh will to end the violence and insurgency here. And of course, it would put Manipur firmly on the Indian map.
Yeah, without boxing, I imagine that I can't live without boxing. Because I love boxing. I love boxing very much.
I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the